And even just as the mic gets passed, notice what happens. Where do you, is it like a reset button where your attention just goes into kind of a habit? Where you're kind of waiting for the mic to be passed? Or is there a way that you can actually be with the passing of the mic that's like a dance? That waiting is so subtle in us, you know? It's like how quickly it goes into that. How many of you know what I'm talking about? You could find it, yeah. And just could you feel what happened in the room as that happened? Like there was an unsettlement, huh? How many of you could sense it? Curious. Yeah. And so just watching, here we are, how quickly we move into that automaticity. Did anyone doing that consciously go into waiting consciously? None of us, yeah? Okay, so now, just for one moment, I'm coming to you in a second, but just for one moment, just scan your life and see how much of your life you're in waiting. And for most of us, it's almost all the time. Yeah. It's the reset, yeah? It's what we're used to, yeah? Can you find that? Yeah. So what does that do? What does it actually do? Contraction, yeah? Can you feel that? It's not like a heavy-duty waiting. It's just like subtleties of waiting, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, like suddenly this isn't the beloved anymore, you know? Like life will be a little better when she gets the microphone and starts talking, yeah? And then we have to wait to hear what she's got to say to see if we agree or don't agree or if, you know, whatever, yeah? And then, so it's subtle, this waiting stuff, yeah? It's really a subtle habit of the nervous system, yeah? Okay.
Waiting's too long, then irritation comes.
Irritation comes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It is always going on like Feldenkrais, then you wait till it stops and you can eat.
Yeah.
Eat, you wait till
Yeah.
and going on the pyramid.
Yeah.
It goes
Yeah.
on and on.
It's just a habit, yeah? So please.
I just wanted to say, when you talk about the mess in the world, and I look at it this way, I feel so moved because I feel so much pain in the body and so much sadness.
Yes.
And in the same times, I can feel such a deep love and kind of a yes, it's like this. And I feel so moved that I can say yes to this.
Yeah, that's amazing. And as you say yes to it, what effect does that yes have on it?
It softens it.
It softens it. Isn't that interesting, yeah?
Yeah.
See, we want to change it outside, but it's all an inside job. You know, it's like there was an email going on a while ago. It impressed me a lot. There was a mental institution in Hawaii where it was a facility for people that had been given up on. They were, from the perspective of society, hopeless cases, yeah? So a lot of restraint, a lot of heavy-duty medication. And it was kind of a depressing place to be around because you know nobody could do anything, and so high turnover of staff. Nobody liked to be there long, and then a new guy came in, and he didn't meet with any of the patients. He just kind of hung out in his office. But what people started to notice was they needed to restrain the patients less. They needed less medication. Something was afoot. Something was happening. And they went to this guy and said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Look, I just look to see how I'm creating them to be that way. How it's happening in my consciousness that they're that way." And they said, "Practically, what do you do?" He said, "I sit in my office and I hold their files and I just go, 'I love you. I love you.'" Yeah. Yeah. Interesting, yeah? Yeah. So here we are. What's happening in the world is not separate from us. It's happening in all of our consciousnesses. At other times we've explored how simple lenses that we look through that seem like a good idea produce the world that we're living in. It might happen again this week, we'll see if we go there. But what we can see is that these unconscious habits in us are what are the world, actually. Now, when we try to change it outside, we're looking in the wrong place, yeah? When we start, and even, you see, it's like if we want to change ourselves, because we started looking last night, what works and what doesn't work. How do we start to unwind this? And what I'm trying to share with you is, and have you have the direct experience of, is seeing how it works in you, yeah? So you start to notice just how it happens in all of us. It's not personal to any one of us. Okay.
How do you know that your focus is not personal?
1 second. Okay, it's a great question. I'll repeat the question and we can... But, Isaac, how do you know?
I can also start with how.
Yeah. So just again, just notice the but. What does the but do there?
Yeah, I want to be convinced or something.
You want to be
So
convinced.
the mind wants to be
convinced. Okay,
Mm.
great. So as long as the mind wants to be convinced, how will the discussion go?
Yeah, not really nice.
Not
or-
easily, huh? Okay. So
It's really- yeah.
great to notice that, yeah, because it really then becomes like there has to be convincing, rather than, well, I'm really curious. Can you show me, yeah? I'd like to see. We're not arguing anymore. We're just looking together, yeah? It's a subtlety, but it makes the world of a difference in an investigation, yeah? Oops. Hello.
That's where the limit is.
You're afraid of. I love it.
Okay, so the question is, let's look at this whole mechanism of how personalness, the feeling of it being personal happens, yeah? Okay, so let's see if we can have the experience, yes? And then we can talk once we're speaking from our own experience. So here we are.